What is up? It's been a long time. I've been scrolling the Reddit and seeing that in our subreddit for workers and resources, there've been a lot of questions about the early start. So I won't say who I am on there, but you've seen me. I guarantee it. I've definitely make a lot of comments. We're just going to do a custom game. We're going to be playing on the hardest setting. Oh, let's go back. I want to do a completely random map. Completely random. We're going to be playing on realistic. Lock according to start year. I don't like locking according to year because I like all my vehicles. I'm going to do start the early start date. Just double check everything. Make sure it is absolutely hating us. Perfect. And it's, well, I say hating us. It's not that bad. I'd like to bump up the amount of lakes to 3.5, but let's do 3.3 for today. And we'll do the amount of hills, same thing, 3.3. The rivers, I'll bump up to just below 4, and we're just going to do a default map. Siberian is fun, deal with heating problems. Desert is fun, don't deal with heating problems. Tropical is fun because it's tropical. Alright, so we're going to let the game load. This generally, I have a new computer since last time we talked. I know it's been a couple years, but yeah, it's a new computer, well upgraded. The headphone I'm using is a downgrade because I lost my previous headset, and this audio quality is about as good as it's going to get for right now. So, apologize in advance, it's not where I want it, but I fiddled with the settings as best I could for right now, so there's definitely plenty of feedback and all that good jazz. Alright, we're into the game. First thing I want to do is pause it, then I'm going to go down here to the Show Minimap button. I'm going to open that up, I'm going to make it big so my old eyes can see. Now, we got the red border is a Soviet border, the blue border is a NATO border. For our first city, both connection is friendly. You want to maybe 2.5, 3 kilometers from each other is fine. A little bit further is great. So we're going to check this one. We have a medium custom house with a power connection that is workable for a starter city. What does our NATO border look like? We have, looks like a medium custom house with no power connection. So this is a workable corner, plenty of flat land. We haven't even looked at the resources, but let's check out the other corner of the map. See, we got connections right there and there. So what are we dealing with? We got another medium custom house, no power connection, so that is a no-go for me on my starting city. And then we have, oh, look at this, NATO with the big custom house, but no power. Ooh, hello, but there's power over here. So this could be a fun setup. We got our power connection right here. Then we have a big NATO thing right here, so if you want to rely on NATO goods, that'd be fine. But we can take a lay of the land going from here. Because we have research enabled, we cannot see where anything is. As I accidentally, if you double click on the map, it'll take you to where, oh my bad, you can only click on it once. I've always double clicked. Would you look at that? We can hop wherever we want. Anyway, so now we can look for exploitable resources. Early start coal is king, so that will heavily influence my decision. So, do we have any sources of coal in the general area? None in this general area. I am getting massive feedback, so I may trash this recording as well. Alright, but no coal in this corner. Let's check out this corner over here. Again, checking my coal. There is no coal. Oh, hold up. This is going to heavily influence my decision. Oh, if it's above 50, I'm doing it. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we can get some nice coal in here. And oh, that's a little bit further from the one I'd prefer for starting. But coal is king, so I will definitely do it. because we can work with it. The Soviet warehouse does have a rail connection. How close are we to the water to quickly get our ports up and running? We're not too far. So this little area looks like it's going to be for us. We have coal. Where was it? I've lost my coal. Oh, hold up. This is another good spot deposit right here. Was that the deposit I was looking at, though? Probably. Yes. No. I am turned around. Well, wait, there's two coal. Yeah, this is definitely our starting corner. Alright, so because now I know where two exploitable resources are, I'm gonna mark where they are at with a little line. I usually like to do a little... Alright, that'll be fine. There we go. And then the other one was, right. I'm gonna go back to the coal and check to make sure that's a general area. Yeah, that's good enough. Then over here is right in this. So I'm going to go use the mud paths because they're free and I never have to worry about them. And I am just going to mark the general area. I am never going to build the, well, not build these, I'm never going to use them, so I don't care what they look like, and they're easily to get rid of. My other exploitable resource is the oil. Oil is nice, passive, and ooh, it ain't much, but it'll do. What do we got in here? Let's scroll down a little bit. It's a tiny little deposit, but that might be nice if we want to do a. I think it was like right in here, but it's good passive income. Doesn't cost you much. I wouldn't recommend relying on it. The price of oil before you get OPEC, and even after, well, after it doesn't fluctuate that much, but before you get OPEC, the price of oil does indeed fluctuate. I'm holding shift to move around like I'm on meth, and looks like we got another oil deposit here. Where was it? Alright, so right over what will probably become, this will probably be Poop Lake. So this is, we'll figure it out later. So, yep, oh, alright. So let's do our, this is a resource area. There you go. And let's continue to pan the surrounding area, and just in this little triangle, I suppose, or this little square. Holding shift, making sure I'm... Hold up. Alright, we might be... This might be a pretty decent start. Gonna check it out. And then the next one I'm gonna do after this is... The next resource we can look into, actually I should pan my entire area so I know where I'm putting the city. Good. Oh, man, I don't want to terraform that. Well, I probably won't get this oil because I'm not terraforming the lake. Oh, hold up. Oh, this is far enough away that I don't care about it for now, so I won't mark it. Boom, the metallurgy. Now we want our iron. If we can get an iron as well, nice. Oh, this will be beautiful. So I'll probably do a steel mill somewhere in here when we research it. Oh, that's very decent. It's about 50%, so that's nice. The one thing that is going to be difficult with with the coal and the iron is, until we get the steel mill up and running, is the volume of export. Because these, well, to the NATO side will be fine. To the Soviet side, not so much. So we'll figure that out later. But let's continue to look for our exploitables. Metallurgy, iron mine. Oh, ooh, hello there. Oh, wow. Alright then. Which means that I am having a good time now. Which means where I plan my first city is where... Yes, because that is iron. Where I plan my first city is going to be right above my only uranium deposit. That's generally how it goes. But again, planning out our exploitables, or their general area, will help us dictate where a good starter city will be. And I am thinking it could be 3 custom houses right next to each other. That does not happen often. Huh. Alright, NATO, we are going to be pro-capitalist for the start of our city. So we can do that. That'll be alright. Power. We got all that good jazz. So I might turn this into our starter city because there are no exploitables near it, and it is far enough away from our pollution exclusion zones that I'm comfortable with it. The only thing I don't like is early start. The distance might be a little bit of a annoying, but I can build a cute little bridge right here. Alright, so we know we're going to turn this into our main import and export because it's a large one. And then I think we'll plan out our first city right out of this medium distribution hub. And we'll make it kind of like a border city. And then the Soviets, I need to start with Soviet side for the construction stuff. So, how long do I want to be building roads? For funsies, I might build a very teeny tiny town to get us going as far as more foreign manpower right over on this side. And I'm also going to need this rail connection for the rail stuff. So, because I like this map, I'm going to do save as. This is my just relax, my main save. Just relax rail before we upgraded it. Mash the civilians before civilians, start construction. That's how I like to do things. So I'm going to create a new save. YouTube, and I'm going to be cool map. Cool map. Map. Good heavens. There we go. Bam. Alright. And now I'm going to do another save immediately after that. So if I plan something and I've terraformed and I don't like the way it looks, then I can just restart. So this is going to be my pre-planning. So YouTube pre-planning, YouTube PP. I am 4 years old and that joke is funny to me. We only have access to the wood-based railroad. So, how do I want to do that? I like to turn it up and we'll bring it out. How do I want to do this? Let's figure out the terrain map and let's bring it out right, yeah. 600 meters for starting is fine. And I like to come out about 200 meters because with the distribution office, your trains are going to be 154 meters. So giving yourself time to, or length, to have fun is always nice. And then I want to come out, not that way, bring me the other way. There we go. Yeah, we'll just, so that I can kind of eye it. And then I like doing a roundy boundy. There we go. And I will make this, because I like having a dedicated exit lane. And then I'm going to cancel the railway immediately. And then connect 2 pieces just to make it nice. And then I kind of want the angle right in there. And let's get a nice pretty angle. That's fine. So I have a dedicated, why can't I bring it out? There we go. So I have my dedicated out. Perfect. And then for my inroads, this is this guy, so let's do only 2. I'm gonna bring it out a little bit, and then I'm gonna run her down for away, and give me 1 more. You can make this prettier, but I don't mind these sloopties. Now, I want to make sure this exterior is at least 154 meters. 170 will be fine. Gonna make it Fine, come out until the node clicks, because that's how I like to do it. We're going to bring her out, and then I'm going to make my crossing right here. Make them as close together as I can, and I'm okay with that. Now I'm going to cancel the railway that I don't need, and there we go. So what I have going on is these 3 on the side are always going to be in, and this is always on this side is always going to be an out, so that it doesn't get clogged up and they can queue in here. And I'm not going to worry about signals for now. That is perfectly fine. I'm going to hit start planning for infrastructure. And what I'm going to do right now, even though we're not there yet, residential buildings, I'm going to click on a random residential building and I'm going to turn off get citizens. Because if you don't turn that off, as soon as the building builds, it will add citizens to your city. So, no, bad, don't do it. And I'm just going to take a lay of the land again and see my pollution exclusion zones. I think that was iron, that's oil. So I can pretty much play in my city. I'll generally do it in this area, and because I'm planning this area, let me check my exploitables on this side. Nothing crazy. And if you have no exploitables, you can just do farms, clothes, anything that requires crops. Crops are cheap, and food, alcohol, clothes, or fabric, clothes, and the like are relatively chill to make. A lot of people do that. This game, there's no one way to do it. The game will, I like to think of it as we're painting the map. Alright, so, because I'm planning a city here, that means what I like to do with the... Oh, hello there. That is a beautiful road you have there. I like to usually have a waste incinerator right by the border. But with this run, I don't think I want to do that. So let's start planning the city. I'm going to use my mud roads, and yeah, we'll do a boring grid. So we'll do it like that, and then I'm going to turn off the grid real quick. Kind of like my roads to follow. However, I'm going to do the railway. That'll be fine. I should probably give a little bit more distance, but I'm not bringing a road that way. And that's ugly, but I can fix that in a second. I don't like that angle, so let's trim this back. Building the mud road, and then you can scroll on your mouse wheel to change the angle. I want it nice and organic enough. Alright, let's connect this back into what I'm going to make the main road. And where do I want to put... Where do I want to start the city? Great idea, me. So, as I found out messing around in my own save, tourists will walk from the custom house to get to the hotel. So I'm going to plan my city starting with the hotel. Is it good idea? It is not, but we're doing it. And let's mirror that. And I want it, we'll have it right there, that's fine. And I don't like that angle. I was hoping to do like 3 in here. Fine, we'll do it this way. Well, alright. I will. The reason I'm changing this around is because of the pedestrian connection. So the pedestrian connection is on the top of the L. So I want that pedestrian connection because I want to put like a road right, not a road, a pedestrian footpath like right there. So let's see how I want to do this. not R, T. Aw, and I don't feel like terraforming, so maybe we'll bring the hotels a little bit further back. All that road, but that's fine. Gonna go back into tourism. We're gonna do it because I think that's it. Yeah, that's the only one we got access to. And yeah, right there is fine. I don't like that one anymore. And I feel like I need to turn down my game volume, but I will not because reasons. I'm gonna press T, put a pedestrian connection up there, have them in line. Yeah, right there is fine. Alright, now I know that I have these three, and I'm going to want them always staffed. So I see that they take 35 workers per shift. The max amount of tourists, I'm not sure what percentage of happiness and work relations that corresponds to, but the better their happiness and loyalty, the more they're produced. So depending on how happy they are, you'll get more people in, you'll get less people in. But because they're right next to here, we're always going to have people. But let me plan out this cute little road. And oh, I can't get it quite centered. You can do some road shenanigans for the nodes, but I think right there is fine. And I do not like that angle, but it looks 90 enough up there. Azimuth, elevation, total length. That's fine. I'm going to take F1 off and connect these. Alright. I know that each one of these takes 35 workers, but that's per shift. 8-hour shift, 24 hours in a day. I forget what that corresponds to game time. So I like having a dedicated building nearby. 145, I need 90 per, not 90, 105 per each of these. So 3 of these I think will be great. Now I can look and see how I want to build these. I think we will do, because I want this to be a pedestrian path to a bus stop. So I think right in here, pressing Control to get rid of that. So I'm going to put that there. And we're going to have this one right. I think that looks fine. And then I'll have another pedestrian path in that center there, so let's go over again. You can get buildings really close to each other if you want to finagle, but we're not going to min-max that much. We're not going to min-max that much. And let's have a couple more to grow on, because I like this. Alright, so actually I can just plan out a very big city going forward. Yeah, we'll do that, and yeah, we'll call that a day. And this planned out for a very decent starter city. In fact, I think that I am going to move this road over a little bit. There we go. We already have more dwellings that are necessarily necessary. Although the tourists need to be in range of fun stuff. So let's plan out pedestrian footpath right here. I will do a road right here, because maybe I can put our city fun stuff in this general area, because then these should be in range of that bus stop and all that good jazz. So let's get our bus stop out and the roads and vehicles for citizens, not a bus stop, bus platform. What one houses the most so I don't have to future plan? That does a 800. We'll probably never get there. They come in that way, they go out that way. Or do I want, I forget which one it is that has the single entrance at the 600? Ah, it's this one. Perfect. Now, how do I want you? I think right on this side, I'm going to press T, will suit my purposes for how I want. And I could flatten the terrain. This is about the only time really you can flatten terrain, and it'll use rubles or dollars or what have you. Just the beginning. It lets you... The game is very kind in that regard, because we don't have any excavators, bulldozers, and you need excavators and bulldozers to build stuff. Again, we're still in the planning, so let's plan out we'll plan out some fun stuff in this box, and in this general box, let's plan out our residential necessities. So we want food and shopping. We have grocery stores, restaurant, don't worry about that. A grocery store, it just does food and meat. And a groceries kiosk, I've never used these because of their low capacity and things. I don't know where you'd use them, but I am sure there is a use. The grocery store, could put that in here, but 15 workers, 105 max amount of visitors. I don't want that. I want something a little bigger. The one that I like to start off with is this one right here, the small shopping center. That has 15 tons of food, 10 tons of electronics, 15 tons of clothes, 1.3 tons of meat. It also has 3 stations for vehicles. And that is exactly what I want. You can connect these to a warehouse. For our needs right now, I am not worried about that. It will be perfectly fine because I'm going to do like a central warehouse area and stuff somewhere else relatively nearby. There we go. Alcohol is not a need, but it will keep them happy. And I do plan on producing my own alcohol, so I don't mind having this one that makes tourists happy. So let's use this one, because then we will get, if there is no star rating, it counts as a 0 star. This will give me 3. It'll change when I place it, but see, I'm going to want a trash can nearby, so let's place this a little bit further back so I can put a large trash can somewhere. There we go. Culture is another necessity, so we want to go with the Republic Theater starting off. No, just do the cinema. That'll be fine. It only has pedestrian connections, I think, right here will be fine. Sport, we want 15 for 75, 10 for 70. I'm going to do the 10 for 70 because 5 more visitors for 5 more workers for 5 more visitors. It just isn't worth it to me. So let's put you right here. Alright, we're going to move over to state infrastructure, and the only thing that needs to be in walking distance, not the only thing, one of the things is a kindergarten. The kindergarten will let you, if your workers have children, they will need someplace to be. And this will allow those workers to work while they are taking care of the child. So I don't mind having one in this area, and that'll get a lot of people. The small one, maybe not worth it, but we're going to build it because it'll be fine. We're not going to build, but let's continue planning. Oh, bugger. I'm going to turn off active construction and batch suspend. Alright, with that, so what it is, if you have them turned on, every building will be ready to be constructed. So as soon as the construction office can get to it, it gets to it. This is the beginning. You really want to micromanage in the beginning. So we're going to make sure that it's all the construction. None of the construction is going to happen. Let's go back to our state infrastructure. What else do I want within walking range? So I like to put my educational services kind of at an edge. So I'll plan out a couple more residential buildings and I'll put some educational services somewhere else maybe. I think for the starting city, we'll just plop them in the center though. It's valuable real estate, but I think that for our starting position, I'm going to leave a little bit of room so I can put a large trash stand. That's fine. And then I want a school, and completely unnecessary, but let's go for the big school. And only pedestrian connections. Where will it look cute? I think it'll look cute there for now. Let's go back to our tourism. So Ferris wheels are always nice, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Restaurant I don't care about. Cafe I don't. I think that's what I have, right? The cafes. Yeah, I already got one of those cafes, so not worried about that. Because this will help with people's happiness. And happiness is, it's always good to have happiness. So we're just going to plan a couple of these buildings out. We're not going to build them yet, but we're just going to have them. 20 and 80, and it's probably never going to have that many people use only one connection. Yeah, we'll connect on that side then. They're seldom going to be at a the capacity that you desire, so don't worry about it. Is that, I think that's what I built, right? It's a cinema, that's a sport hall. I built a sport hall. I mean, it is another thing. The zoo requires a road connection. I like my zoos because when the weather gets warm, I think it's above 10 degrees Celsius, that will help out. This is a great area for a beach somewhere. Can I sneak it in over here? Did I mess up with the planning? Maybe we will terraform this area to sneak a beach in there, and we'll put like a Ferris wheel and fun stuff over there. But we're going to hold off on that. Right now we're just planning out happy stuff, and I think that this is sufficient. Always start with a city stadium. That'll make you happy. I'm playing. Don't on the hardest settings. Alright, so we haven't even planned our services for the city. I want to plan out, I mean, squeezing a beach in here would really help out. So I might get our construction vehicles so I can terraform and plan out that beach. So let's do that. Gonna get this out. I'll take it off the grid. Let's put it on the grid for like right here. And then, aw, woe is me. Alright, let's take this out straight just to have some fun. Things that I know I want right here is I know that I do want refueling, and I want that relatively close to the road because this gas station is going to be utilized quite often in the start. We are going to want a distribution office, brain, the free one, and let's just put that on the other side because why not? Actually, let's do this snap to grid, right? That's fair. And then a technical office for our snowplows, although in the beginning there's really, they're not crucial. I don't know why, but this road, I know it's straight, but oh yeah, just this node right here, probably. That's why it's looking crooked to me. So there we go. That's a road depot. Yeah, we're going to need that. Yeah, let's put the road depot there. The technical service is tiny. Maybe I can sneak that in somewhere fun. I cannot. Oh. This is such an inefficient spot, so I won't do that. I'm going to go to construction office now, because I want to get my construction vehicles so I can terraform. Underneath the construction industry tab, get the free one. I'm going to do snap to grid, because I can and I want to. And let us see if I can mirror everything. Perfect. I'm going to do 3 on one side. 3, 3. Pressing T to mirror. And this is... there we go, because I'm going to utilize all 7. And so that I can control my inflow, and outflow of the, well, not really good, but the construction materials. I will use the, I don't generally use the free open storages because they take forever to load and unload, but because these won't catch fire and I can control, I want 4 of them, and so that I can control the inflow and outflow of my resources with a distribution office, we'll just do it. And then we'll come out and we'll connect all these. I'm giving myself some leeway so that when the vehicles queue up, we'll be alright. And I don't use the aggregate, the free aggregate storage, because it takes forever to load and unload. So generally, unless I want to upgrade, I'm okay with this being a dirt road for a long time, because if I try to upgrade it and then stuff can't be picked up from the medium custom house. So just leave that as a dirt road and it'll be fine. But now that I said that, I think I will make one just so you guys can see. I don't like it. I'm doing this against my better judgment. My brain died. Storage. I don't want to terraform for that. Fine. Let's bring it out to like right. I can always make the road. It's gonna queue up a lot. That's fine. And we'll do that. Curve it in that way. And then for our construction materials, we're going to do 2 distribution offices because I want to. Oh, alright, I can squeeze you in there, then can I get another one right beside it? Thank you. Alright, so this distribution office, I want to go to purchase, and we're going to need an oil tank. So, total capacity, road speed doesn't matter. 31 kilometers, 5 tons of oil. The YA4, 4 tons of oil for 45. For that extra ton, we'll be using the YA4. Because 31 kilometers is brutal. I love my Rosso baits, or Russell bait, good God. The YA4s, you can hit this thing and change the color if you so choose. I don't remember what the default was, but we are just going to have the default oil tanker. Bam. Now I'm going to make this one for dumpers, and I'm going to get all the dumpers because I know that we're going to be needing them soon. 1.5 tons is insufficient, so let's get my Russo baits, Russo bolts, T40/65. Let's get the T40/65s. I'm going to load it up on those. And then this one is going to be my open holes for the storages, just do total capacity. We're not doing root wood. Don't worry about the T40/65 for wood. We're not doing wood. We don't care about it. And because I do... I mean, we're right next to the border, so I don't... see here, it's only going to be, so this is going to be a dirt road. I'm never going to be upgrading this. At the dirt road, the maximum speed is 35 kilometers an hour, so I'm not going to be getting the full 45. Those vehicles are only going to be going from the border right there, from a gravel, I'm going to have a gravel road right here, and then down this road. So having that go up to 45 is pointless. So let's actually use the T4065, and we're going to do that. All right. Now, once I hit play, we go over to the custom house. Our vehicles will start pouring in. I want to go over here, limit amount. Boom. And you can click on limit amount, click on the percentage, clear all, and if I just press 1 for the resource I want, that's the only resource that will be there. So we need steel, prefab panels, bricks, and boards. Those are the only resources we care about. It doesn't matter which item you click on, but these are the resources. Prefab panels are not important in the beginning, so it really doesn't matter. Bricks and boards. Boards, clear all, give me my boards. There we go. Now it will only store that item that I have selected. The first distribution office you want is this one right here. I feel like this audio is loud. General settings, sound volume. That's fine. I want to go here. I like to have my custom house on top. You can hit on this when we have more stations and change it. Load, it's only going to load fuel. This one, unload, let's keep it at 50%. Now, it has its tick mark to go, hey, let's do the thing. And it's going to go, and it's going to go to the custom house, load all the fuel in the gas station, unload all the fuel. While that's happening, we're going to check this. This is my aggregate. Same thing. This one, only load gravel, and I did an oversight. So, because I didn't specify what resource in this one, it will, if I hit it to load and unload, it'll pick whatever it wants. But if I hit store item, it will only ever store gravel here. You cannot mix aggregates. Once an aggregate is in a storage, you either have to move it or sell it all. So we're going to unload the aggregate storage until it's, how much can it hold? 180 tons. Let's do it till 80%. Let's go hog wild. There we go. And then these guys, I want it to load whatever, whenever, and then I want to unload on these ones. And because I've done all of that, now it wants to load from here. I don't want it to load from these. I don't have to specify what resource in these because I've limited the storage, so I don't have to specify this. You can do that so that you know which storage is storage, or you can rename these buildings. But I want to make same thing. I want to keep like, yeah, sure, why not, 90%, because it's low, yeah, low volume, so 90%, yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, everybody's going to be moving to and fro. Now this, I want to go boom, 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 boom. It's selecting what storage is for each resource, there we go, and then it'll fill in the blanks once you click on that. Now, you can either do it manually for each one, and then have it fill in the blanks, or you can click this handy dandy button, copy source building, and now all of these will have the exact same setup. So how do I like my vehicles? Very easily. I like to have my dumpers first. Let's do total. And the Russell baits, because they're the best for right now. I mean, the Russell bolt, oh my goodness. Sort by, I want my dumpers, give me the Russell bolts, happy day. Now let's make this one, I want one bulldozer and and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff, and they'll have 3 of these. There's really no open hole in the beginning for the excavator, so there's no point in delivering, just deal with it. Now, we're going to need some open holes. Let's get total capacity. These are going to be going over gravel roads, so I don't mind using the YA4s, and I got these to play with. This last one I know I'm going to want to manage. Let's turn off the auto search, because this one is going to be our buses. So we're going to go to a bus, and I am okay with the Amos. Usually I like to pair this with a road crane, but we don't get a road crane till 1932, I want to say. So that is fine. Alright, where'd I leave off? Can't quite see, so let's just ponder for a second. Roads that I do know I am going to be building. I'm going to do active construction, and you can either do click on it and then go from node to node, or you can hold shift and go like that, and now it knows to do all of those. And yeah, well, good reason I'm doing the aggregates, because they'll actually be able to work on that. I know I'm going to want to build that road. Now I'm going to want to build that road. I did not want to upgrade that yet, so we're going to suspend the construction. For the roads, I like to do active construction, because I know my roads I'm going to be having. My city planning, for the buildings, I'm going to hold off for now. But they can work on the roads while we do other things. I generally don't unpause until I have everything planned, but I think because we're 46 minutes in, and I've only planned out, I haven't even planned the necessities of the city. So, yeah, we're just going to have fun with that. Alright, let's go back to the city. Let's plan out our necessities. We have a college education, we have our normal education, so I think this will be cute enough to bring out this road, and a lot of stuff is pedestrian paths, but let's just call this a block, and yeah, that's fine. There we go. Alright, other necessities that we will need. I think I'm planning a little bit too wide, but on this side I think I'll plan a nice little more people, because more people means more workers, but I will also plan out my traffic jam. Really? Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. In the beginning, this is going to be brutal with loading and unloading, but it's fine. These things will get stuff off the custom house, and yeah, it's gonna be okay. Don't worry about it. Active construction off. Let's give ourselves some more buildings. We are totally over engineering for this. Boop. Let's continue to be gritty, and I'm just gonna rotate you to right. Yeah. And then let's continue the same spacing, the big spacing, because we can, and let's get us a couple more out. I'm okay with that. And give me one more. I didn't even plan out my heating. That'll be fine. If they die, they die. Yeah, let's do a couple more just to overdo it. This is going to be way too much for right now, but we're not building it all. It'll be built in phases. So let's block this off. What's the spacing on that road? Ugh. Yeah, it's exactly even, so it'll be fine. And then how far from the road do I have it? Alright, so we'll do you right there. Alright. Things that I want. So, things that will make me happy. This is a nice, cute little area for random stuff. We will definitely need plumbing. We need water. Oh yeah, I forgot the treatment plant for it needs workers, not the treatment plant. Do we have a other than the water outflow? Yeah, this requires workers. Unhappy. Water treatment, we'll just put that in the city. I do not care. Put that road connection in the inflows and outflows. Let's just turn that around. And I am okay with putting it there. And we can block off the city right here. Sure. I'm just turning off F1 for a second to note it up. Bugger. So let's continue to plan out the road a little bit. So let's plan out the railway. I really need to have my rail construction office a little bit closer to this, but nothing's more fun than making bad decisions. We'll just start construction on that. Alright, so to figure out how far... oh, that's weird terrain. It needs to be in walking distance, so the water treatment the dog wants out. I'll be right back. Alright, I've returned and we're in a mountain. Alright, cool. Awesome. I could edit that out, but I don't know how to edit, and I don't feel like learning. No, I'm kidding. I will learn eventually. Yeah, so we'll have a pedestrian path in this general area. So let's plan out that road. The reason I'm doing it like this is so that I can kind of see the... No, I didn't want to do that. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. I'll have that paused for now. Because I'll take a pedestrian path, and we'll just have it F1. Can I do... Oh, it's because I did the thingy. If you upgrade the road, then you have to demolish it. Was that angle question mark? Yeah, whatever. Alright, F1, F1, because the nodes are weird. And let's do it right on the line. Why do I feel like that's crooked? Because it is. That's least of the crookedness. Can I get a pedestrian path? I can. So we'll just have a nice cute little pedestrian path. Yeah, we'll just go out for a minute. I don't care where I'm putting it. I'm just putting it out wherever for now. Probably should have made that straight. That's where it was on this line. F1, F1. Bring you out, and then good enough. And then so you can't tell that this is crooked. Let's see if I can do some finagling. That's a much uglier curve. Fine. It'll be alright. It'll only hurt our eyes. Plumbing. Now let me get my brain is fried, so I should stop recording, especially after a long day at work. Well, not water treatment. Good heavens. Brain dead. Big water well. There it is. Has a road connection, so the further it is from the city, the happier it will be. But I want it connected with a road, so I might be able to sneak. But with the train traffic, it's going to be less than happy. In case I catch it, it will randomly catch fire, and then we will be sad. But YOLO it. Have fun. It'll be in walking distance once I connect everything up, so I'm okay with that. And then, there we go. F3, I need an engine transfer to get the stuff into there, because I don't think this angle is sufficient for pressure. So, and I don't even think this is stored in a well, so it's not even going to be able to do it. What am I saying? We want a big, so the small water pumping station can only do 40 meters cubed. We want, I think this says like 100, so we'll do that. We'll do this one. And yeah, we'll connect it to the main road. That's fine. Now, I know it's going to be transferring a lot of water, so we're just going to connect it up if I can. Building in the way. Oh, is it still bugged? Or am I just dumb? Oh, man, it's still bugged, isn't it? Yeah, it's still bugged. So because of how weird it is, the side connections just don't want to work. But you know what? Let's experiment. If I make this like 6 meters deep. Alright. Let's experiment more. Let's just make this really deep to like 18 meters. Yeah, it's still bugged. That's my only... That's a nice angle. Let's do it towards here. The middle one, so that I have options, and we'll do this one right here. What the... You were able to connect a second ago. Fine, do that one. There we go. Alright, that's our water taken care of. Now, we need heat. For the heat, I want to make sure that the heat is really, really, really far away from our city. So, fine, can I you can do it somewhere. Yeah, there you go. I just need to make it longer. You know what? I'm okay with this, because then I can incorporate this to... This distance will probably be walkable with either a gravel or a brick path. So I know that... Let's bring this out a little bit more so I can see what jiggery pokery we want. We're doing our heating. Small heating plant. I don't want to invest in the big one starting off, because we got our coal coming up, and the small one, I want to get us rocking and rolling. So yeah, that'll be fine. We can put it right... it's a little close to the city. You know what? It'll be fine starting off. There we go. And then before I overcommit, let's give it a nice little connection right there. Actually, I think I can curve her out. Nice. But with the gravel footpath, will it be able to reach? If it can reach, I'm happy. It can reach, and it's 287 meters away. This is going to cause issues later on. But, as this is Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, that is a problem for future me. So let's make this curve a little bit cuter. And yeah, that's fine. And for construction purposes, to make life easier, that's fine. Things that I'm going to want with this connection, I don't think I'm going to be building out any further this way. It's right next to the border. Do I want to build a storage? Yes, redundancies in this game are always fantastic. So the big thing I'm looking for the storage is the steel cost. That's 19 tons, that's 15 tons. Steel will be the greatest things. They really don't matter. But because this is an even 1,000, and it looks like I can square this up a little bit with the road. The road symbol on that bottom left of this thing will be alright. So yeah, we're gonna continue to use it. Oh, that angle might not let me build a road. I'm holding left click while it does this thing. We're planning out. This angle might not like the road. Will it let me do the usual if I build you really small? Perfect. Sometimes you can go through weird angles by building really tiny, and honestly, there is a road not too far from me that has a much steeper incline, so I feel that's realistic enough. Alright, that's our heating squared away. How far do you reach? We will need a heat transfer station. This has 2 connections, and with the small one being 100 meters, let's do a small heat exchanger with a pedestrian connection. Let's do it. Where's a cute spot? See, this one I feel like is going to get overloaded, but this is such a good spot for it. And we can build another one somewhere else too. Okay. Oh, that is crooked. I like to plan the initial part of my city looking pretty, and then as I make attachments to the city, I make it, pressing T, I want the heat, the little red symbol with the 2 squiggly squashes is your heat. So let's make sure this is in range of everybody, because except for this last place, so I might want to move it to somewhere else, because this is not going to be permanent, because this will cause health issues in this general area later on. So let's change that spot. This is why the fun planning is the fun planning. I just did not give myself a beautiful spot for this general area. Oh, yes I did. Would you look at that? And does this reach nearly everybody? It does not. So we can do, yeah, we can use, and then we're going to press T to bring our heat connection the other direction. That's fine. That's fine. And I will put one here, after much thought, because I can. Alright. And because the city, it is going to expand, but I'm going to probably have to use another small one. And I should plan out sewage before I plan this. But this has been going an hour. I'm terrible at explaining things. And as you can see, stuff is happening. They're already building roads. What? They're already building roads. We're going to call this an episode, and I will see. Yeah, this is why I generally don't use it. See how long it takes for them to load. But it is a great way to control your, at least for the open storage, is a great way to control the flow from the customs house. But we'll call it an hour, or we'll call it an episode. It's been an hour. Yippee-ki-yay, have fun, love y'all, bye.